Pod Chef. Pod Chef. Pod Chef. Pod Chef. You're listening to Pod Chef. When I say pod, y'all say chef. Pod Chef. You listening to Pod Chef. It's a podcast about Top Chef, and that's a broadcast. It's on TV, and you can watch it. They got 19 seasons, that's a lot, kid, but you can skip those. We do recaps about the whole show, not the food though, but the other stuff. Yeah. You're now listening to Pod Chef, the only official podcast about the TV show Top Chef, with your hosts, Jamal, Brian, and Reeves. And I only said their first names because I don't know everyone's last name, and I'm trying to be polite. Now enjoy the show.
Welcome to Pod Chef, the official Top Chef podcast. This is the official one. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I listen to Pack Your Knives. It sounds more official than yours. No, it's not. That's actually a lie. This is the official one. I'm your host, Jamal. Let's get right into it. I had to fire Zach Cherry from last week.
You had to fire him?
Yeah, I hired him at the end of the show, as you know.
Yes,
then I said, Zach, okay, let's look at schedules. Let's get you on for the next Pod Chef. And he was like, I can't do next week, i.e. this Friday. He said, I'm booked. I'm doing the new Aaron Sorkin movie.
Okay.
Then I said, okay, well, what about next week? He said, I can't. I'm doing the Spider-Verse. I'm doing a voiceover in the Spider-Verse. I said, oh, jeez. Okay, Zach, when are you free? And he said, I've got so many plates spinning.
Yeah.
That if I let go of any of these plates, they're going to fall.
Yeah.
And so I said, Zach, I need someone who's going to be committed to the podcast, so you're fired. And he said, yeah, that works. So Zach's gone. And, you know, that kind of brings us to, I invited a celebrity friend to come to the podcast last week, and you felt outnumbered, Brian. That's what you said, because we were both black.
Uh-huh.
So it makes sense that now we're doing a new season. Season 5. We're back on season 5. We're going back through the backlog. So it made sense that I was like, maybe Brian should invite a celebrity friend, and then I can be outnumbered, and I'm okay with it because that's no big deal to me. So we have a new guest host this week. Barrett Leddy's here. Say what's up, Barrett.
Hey, how you doing? I never should have turned my camera on because now you know. That you're right.
Yeah, I probably would have guessed. Brian said, I'm inviting my friend.
Right. So as soon as he said friend.
As soon as he said friend, I was like, well, I'm pretty sure it's me and like one other.
I only have the one, and
yeah.
Jamal's going to be here.
Yeah, right.
So I assumed, he said he's a friend that I've worked with before. He's very funny. I was like, I
consider him my equal.
Yeah, said a lot of stuff like that. He said, he said verbatim in a text, he said, I mean, our careers could have gone parallel, and I make some different choices. And I was like, okay, it's clearly a white guy. And so welcome to the show, Barrett.
Hey, thanks for having me.
So Brian wrote in here, we know you from Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, Bread, Barbershop, which I first read that as, I thought, the actual Barbershop movie.
Oh, I know. Can you imagine? Yeah.
I was like, I would remember this. I would remember this.
I was in Soul Plane.
Yeah, I was like, I would remember this. But yeah, you're the co-host. You're mic number 2. Feel free to jump in there. Feel free to tell Brian to stop talking so much.
Oh, right.
Wow, okay.
You know, like just take that liberty. That's what I do.
Oh, I like that. That's great.
So you're here. We have something we have to cover because we did just finish a live season of the live season of Top Chef, season 19, Houston. So we got a report card from Tom Colicchio.
Okay.
Yeah, so we have to go through the report card and kind of discuss it. Can you explain,
and I don't want to, if it's a bit, I don't want to blow it, but...
It's not a bit.
No.
This is real.
But like, so when you say official, you are.
We are.
You are the official Top Chef podcast.
Yes, the official one, licensed, and we were literally told to do this by Tom Colicchio.
Really?
Yes. So
do you have like a voicemail from him or something?
Oh, we've got emails. We've got voicemails.
Emails.
I've got pictures of him in a do-rag playing basketball with me.
A couple seasons ago, he was working on a Top Chef movie.
Yeah.
And he would send us the scripts to read.
We have pages
exclusively.
of it.
A movie but is it live act? Is it? I mean, not live, but is it?
Oh, it's live action.
It's
no,
action.
I know.
It's a wild thing that he was working on. It's got a lot of nods to like 80s action movies and truly insanity.
But it's based on the reality competition series Top Chef.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of Top Chef in there.
Yeah, sort of taking the characters out of this Top Chef world and putting them into new scenarios.
Like the Impractical Jokers movie.
Yes.
And are we allowed to say that on here? Is that copyright?
Another show?
I don't.
Is it copyright or is it because you got in a fight with one of the guys?
I got a fight with one of them last time, so I don't know if
the Italian one.
The Italian one. That Italian joker.
Yeah, Joe.
What you got against? What was wrong with him? What was going
well,
on?
he kept saying to me, he said, "Hey, why are you so serious?" And I was like,
can you turn your mic down? You're screaming.
Why would he say that?
He tried to impractically joke Jamal one time, and Jamal didn't take it very well.
Have you ever seen that video of the black kid who's like surprised and like someone pops out of a trash can and
he punches him in the
face? That was me.
That was you?
That was me.
Really?
And the kid was the Impractical Joker, Joe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We've had a beef since then.
All right.
Yeah.
They went to the same high school together.
Oh, okay. In Staten Island, like in the 70s or something.
Yes, Staten Island.
Yep.
I call it Static Island because you can get stuck there.
Isn't that the truth?
There's a ferry. I think there's a ferry you can take.
Nah, they wouldn't let us on the ferry back then.
Oh, how'd you get there? You were born there?
Yeah, I was born there, stayed there. When they finally opened up the ferry, I said, "Fine, I can get out." And I decided I'm going to go to DC.
Yeah.
Most of these Practical Jokers are Italian. Joe Gatto, Sol Volcano. His name is Volcano?
Volcano.
Yeah, Volcano.
Barrett, it seems like you know these guys personally. Have you been impractically joked by them before?
No, I haven't. I've met them. I used to, when I was in college, I used to ask Sal, would you rather questions on his Facebook page. Really, like, stupid ones. And aren't they all stupid? And then, like, I sort of struck up a correspondence with him, and he's had me, like, he's invited me to some of his shows and stuff. So he knows who I am. I don't have a personal relationship with him. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you do have an in there.
I guess. Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't know how much more we can talk about them because we are beefing.
I'm bored of it.
Okay. All right.
That's what a host too could do.
Yeah.
And I've not been introduced yet, and that's okay.
Okay. Third Mike Brian is here.
Hey, what's up? I'm here, and I have COVID.
We didn't miss anything. Wait, what? You still have COVID?
Yes, I got tested again on Friday, and I still have it.
I thought you were over this.
Today is Friday.
And my plan, Thursday, yesterday. See, I don't know what day it is. My plan is to keep it.
Okay, walk me through why you want to keep it. You don't have to test anymore?
Well, the thing is that there's so few things in life you can just have that are yours.
Mm-hmm.
No, this is mine.
Okay. That's
and
a weird thing to choose.
I don't want to get sicker, but I do want to keep COVID. I don't want to lose it.
And does anyone else in your house have COVID because you're still with COVID?
No, Carrie tested on Wednesday, and she was COVID-free, and I am COVID-posy. CP, what they call it over here, COVID positive.
So are you sleeping on the couch?
No, we share the same bed, dog.
Are you in the doghouse?
Are you still making love regularly?
That's a great question.
Yeah, because you could do it like through a wall where the you know what I mean, or through like something
glory hole.
I would say more so now.
Really?
That I.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are you just trying to give her your COVID?
I just think it's, people don't talk about it. You read about the cough and the breathing, but it also it really boosted my T.
Really?
My T is through the roof right now.
Okay.
And, I've tried the eugenics, the one that,
Excuse me?
The one that, is it called eugenics or is that the Hitler thing?
That's the Hitler thing.
That's the Hitler thing.
Why are you being horrible?
Nugenics. It shouldn't be that close. They shouldn't. It seems like they named their thing after the Hitler's thing.
It is close.
Yeah.
This is
Nugenics.
why he's third mic, by the way. He'll
I've
say
tried
things like that.
Nugenics, and it didn't boost my tea like this COVID boosted
You're
my
supposed,
tea.
you're supposed to use Ajax.
Yeah, you're supposed to
Yeah.
use Ajax.
What?
Oh, and now we have to school him on Ajax. He's probably like, oh, the dish
cleaning?
detergent?
Yeah.
The
Yes.
dish detergent? Because I'm not up on all the testosterone fillers I could get. Boy, you're sounding dumb right now, Brian.
What?
All right, so your tea's up.
Great.
Tea is through the roof.
Tea's through the roof.
What
And
about
you
your-
know what?
what
And
about
you know
So is
what?
your other tea.
And you know what? She likes it too.
Mm. So your
Okay,
tea's
that's-
up.
Tea's up.
What about your crumpets? All right, go on.
As splendid as ever.
All right, that's enough talk about Brian's sex life. We get
Yep.
it. Married people have the best sex. All right, so
and the most.
and the most.
Barrett knows. Barrett, are you married yet or still just engaged?
I am married. Yeah.
Congrats.
So this is the second week in a row. We're all married. We all have
Yeah.
wives. We get it. So let's talk about this report card.
You can tell that Jamal's married because his walls are bare.
Mhm, mhm,
A real
mhm,
married couple have their walls
mhm.
completely empty.
We fight about it every day. It's as soon as we wake up. It's
I
like,
put up a painting. She takes it down.
yep. She's like, can't this stuff go in the den? I'm like, we don't have a den. Exactly. Put it somewhere else.
Get a den, folks. No, but to go back to your original question, Barrett, we are the official Top Chef podcast, and it doesn't matter what the reviews say, because
Nope.
some of them will say things like, honestly, the worst Top Chef podcast,
Uh-huh.
which
I
is
read
wrong.
that one. Yep.
Which is wrong, because
Uh-huh.
we're the official Top Chef podcast, so how
Yeah,
could that be
so
possible?
can't be the worst.
No.
Clearly. Some reviews when I post to Reddit about the new episodes will say, this is a terrible Top Chef rewatch podcast. This Pack Your Knives is better. Verbatim. And I'm at that point I'm just like, okay,
What's
you just
Pack
like
Your
Pack
Knives?
Your Knives. Okay,
That's
we've got
another one?
beef. Yeah, they claim to be a Top Chef rewatch podcast as well. We've had long conversations on the phone off air about who is the more official, and they claim Tom Colicchio told them to do it as well. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. It's a whole thing. I don't want to get into the industry beef that we got going on, but it's simmering.
Oh, Brian was telling me about these guys.
Yeah.
Actually, the other podcast. Well, he was saying something like, "I really hope they get into a drunk driving accident." I remember when you were saying that to me like 3 days ago.
I think it's good that you're retelling a story, and Brian didn't say it right here on the recording, so it's fine. It's good.
No, I said it
We're
in
good.
private. I said it in
Yeah,
private.
Brian said in private, and you're just retelling the story that
I'm
Brian
just
told.
saying what he said.
Yeah.
You're right. And I didn't say this is off the record, so I guess it's on me.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I do, not to break the fourth wall, but I do wonder if they know who we are.
A couple of guys, I guess. I'm sure we've made some waves.
I'm sure you guys pop up in the results and they roll their
Yeah.
eyes.
Yeah.
Honestly,
roll their
eyes. That's the reaction that I want.
Yeah.
Because, like, rewatch podcasts are inherently kind of stupid.
Uh-huh.
Right. Why not just watch? Because why not just watch the show?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Right,
you don't
yeah.
need me telling you that the food looked good
Mhm.
Right. They
or
know.
that someone said something dumb.
Yeah. They know. They watched it.
Well, now I'm telling people not to listen to our podcast. No, listen.
Yeah.
We have a good podcast.
Yeah. We have a good podcast. I listened to some of Pack Your Knives
Did you? Why?
because I wanted to know what this person was talking about.
Was it
And I-
boring?
Well, I listened to it, and then I woke up 3 hours later because I fucking fell asleep.
But trust me, I left them a very honest and brutal 5-star review.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I said I traded in my Ambien because I found this podcast. Thanks, guys. Keep up the work. Now,
Barrett, how's the are you doing a lot of our like narrative podcasts? A thing now
Yes.
people are asking you to do.
Yeah, like audio dramas, I guess, or they're kind of like old, kind of in the style of like an old radio serial or something, where it's
Okay.
like episodic. For Audible, I've done a few of those, and I have this really crazy one coming up called Space 1969, and the Simpsons writer Bill Oakley,
Okay, I've heard of him.
who famously wrote Steamed Hams. That's his biggest Simpsons claim to fame. Wrote this crazy podcast about JFK was not murdered, but he survived the gunshot, but it left him like crazy and
Okay.
unstable, and he colonizes space. And I'm starring in it. Well, I'm one of the main characters in it, opposite Natasha Lyonne.
Okay,
from,
famous for her voice, fantastic voice.
Famous for her voice. And
okay, and here we go. We're getting into it. He's a bit of an impersonator, Jamal.
what if Natasha Lyonne was trying to buy a Coke? Hey, I'll take a Coke, you know. Yeah.
There's like 4 different guys.
It would
here
probably go something like this. But don't you love when people do the impressions like that? You know? And what if Robert De Niro, was going grocery shopping? It'd probably go something like this. Yeah.
Then they do the turnaround and go, all right, I'm going to do Marv Albert in the Celtics finals. And he's upset. Hold on. Let me turn around.
Turn around, get into character. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Let me fix my hair. Hey, I'm Jack Nicholson.
Yeah. I'm Ronald Reagan. What were we doing here?
Okay, that's a pretty good Reagan. There,
That's good,
Jamal.
Reagan.
Yeah, I've got a bit on Reagan.
I want really because I wonder what Reagan. Because I've always wondered, like, what would Reagan do if he was walking down the street and his shoe got stuck to a piece of gum? What would he What would he say?
He'd probably say, this is why we shouldn't have let these Negroes out here.
Jesus Christ!
Mr. President.
And then they'd usher him back into the
Mr. President.
He's like, they're always chewing that gum.
Oh.
I'm a brand risk.
Yeah. This is an audio only podcast, and I want people to. If you couldn't tell who said that, Jamal said that.
Yeah. Yes, that was me as Ronald Reagan, and now I'm turning back around.
All right.
So, wait, Brian, did you have more questions?
I don't think so, but I like that we did that little thing just then.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
So shall we talk about Tom's report card?
Yes.
Okay. Tom sent it to me. He just texted it to me this time, which was weird. That was almost like the laziest version of this that he's done.
Sure. Yeah. It's getting tired. This is what the 6th one he's done now.
Yeah. I think he also said, I don't know where you live now. And I was like, oh, did you go to the old house? And he was like, yeah, mistake. And I was like, okay, sorry, Tom. So I got this text and I'll just read off. We'll go to the categories and the grades. So the first,
and Barrett, just so you know, these grades, though they seem like they don't matter, they do, because if we get high grades, we get to go on the ski trip.
Yeah.
What's the ski trip?
Oh, the ski trip?
Come on, Barrett.
Now, Tom Colicchio, so he's the host, obviously.
Obviously.
Head judge.
Head judge, yeah.
Head judge.
Now, I would never say this, but some people might say there are too many bald people on TV. I would never say that, but some people might say that. Would you disagree or agree with that statement that other people, not me, say?
Well, here's the thing. It's funny that you mentioned that, because a lot of the early episodes of Top Chef, the bald people are the black people. Almost
Why you gotta
exclusively.
make it? Why you gotta make it?
We did early seasons. We referred to we would say bald people. And we meant black people.
Yeah, because they were almost.
And you
exclusively.
did say that you listened to some of the episodes, so I'm guessing that you heard those episodes.
So then you're saying bald people meant black people back then?
No, just in this show. But I will say, ask your question again, because I just immediately.
Are there
thought about
too many bald people? As other people have complained, not me. Are there too many bald people on television?
You know what? I'm gonna have to say yes.
There have been a lot. Hank
been a
from
lot.
Breaking Bad.
Yep.
Very bald. Yeah.
Bald. You know.
Curb Your Enthusiasm and Larry David.
I mean, just Heisenberg alone is also
Heisenberg
bald.
alone,
That's
yeah,
two,
of course.
That's two
Yeah.
balds in one
Yeah.
episode.
That's
Yeah.
a lot.
One-
And
in
Mike.
one show.
Mike is.
Oh my God! There's so
Aaron
many
Trout's
bald
also
people.
bald.
Mike
Wow,
Ehrmantraut.
okay.
So many
a
bald.
lot of bald
people.
characters on that show.
Yeah, Sopranos only had the one bald guy, and it was revealed later because he had a wig on.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I
Yes.
hated that guy.
No, wait.
Yes.
Artie Bucco.
Artie Bucco.
Artie Bucco also bald. Yes. Oh, that tragic character.
And
Artie
Tony.
Bucco.
I mean, pretty much.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
But
He had the
gets a
crow's
pass.
nest.
He gets a
No, he doesn't
pass.
get a pass. He had the crow's nest. That's bald.
No. Okay.
My dad had that pattern, and he was called bald. He didn't. He
Male
wasn't
pattern
called.
baldness.
Yeah.
Male pattern baldness.
Yeah.
A lot
What do
of
they call
bald.
it that?
Male pattern game baldness.
Jean-Luc Picard, bald.
Bald.
Yes. You'd think they. I think this is a joke that someone did. Is you think they would fix someone? There's a bald comedian who made a joke that was like, you watch these shows take place in the future and people are bald, and it's like, so they haven't fixed it.
They haven't
Like,
fixed, yeah.
They haven't fixed it. There's no
mi-
fat people in the future though. That's for sure. So they fixed that. It seems.
Yeah, they cure that. I think there is a eugenics for that.
It should not be that close to the word.
I thought it was
How is
not,
it?
it's not.
They just put an N in front of that word, and now they're selling it as a pill, and that's okay.
I think the only reason there aren't overweight people in the future, I think they made the food smaller.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
the food is like
As
a tablet.
resources got.
They're like in
Yeah.
pill form.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
a tablet.
I
that
would
you
just
can
take a bunch of
chew.
pills, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think
I'd still-
one
I'd-
fills you up. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah.
It goes in
We'll
your
see.
stomach, gets touched by the bile. And
It's
it,
like one of those
expands.
it's like one of those sponge dinosaurs you put in water
Yeah.
and then like 3 days later it's bigger.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's what happens. And then like you don't have to eat again for 2 days.
Well, I would just
Right.
take 8 pills at once, and then I would die.
Why
like that.
would you do that though?
Why? Yeah, why?
I
You don't
a
have to.
Problem.
Oh.
Okay. This is why we got to get you to think different. All right. So the first category is guest hosts.
Okay.
And it says
New
A,
category this year.
It says A, and then ... Absolutely terrible.
Okay, so there's no B in it, so it's absolutely
so it's-
terrible.
Absolutely terrible.
No, you didn't say the B, so it's A.
Well, the B side.
Absolutely.
Absolutely terrible.
Absolutely.
Absolutely
terrible.
pissatively.
Yeah. So he didn't like the guest hosts for the last season.
Really? Because we had things like Zach Cherry.
Yeah,
huge
I
megastar.
thought we had good guests. I don't know what do you think it could be why he didn't. You know why we didn't have enough ladies?
Have you ever had Janine Garofalo?
We tried. She keeps turning me down.
Yeah.
Really? For
Yeah.
dates or for dates? Or
Let's
for-
just say both and move on.
all right.
Yeah.
I don't
And that
want-
whole
I don't
thing
want her
with
coming
her
after me.
now. Yeah, the whole thing with her, doing stand up. I just don't know if we need that on our show.
I don't want to be roasted for an hour.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
You know.
Careful, you might wind up in a rack.
We might. All right. So he didn't like the guests. We didn't have enough ladies. Sorry, Tom.
We tried. We tried.
Next category is storytelling,
Okay.
and he says, A. Did we tell good stories?
Absolutely what?
No, it just says A.
Okay.
So I think did we tell good stories this last season?
We must have.
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember them specifically, but we must have told some yarn. We must have, what's it called? Spun a yarn?
Spun a yarn.
Yeah, we must have spun some yarn. The cats are playing.
Yeah,
We're spinning so much
Should
yarn.
call you Joanne Fabrics.
Hey. I wish someone would.
Oh. Which one would be Joanne and which one would be Fabrics?
I'll be the fabrics.
You could be
Joanne
Joanne.
it is.
Brian. Yeah, right.
Next category is just called Reeves.
Okay.
It says B, and then it says dash, and then it says A, and it says dash, then N, and then dash, that G, and a dash, and then an E, and then a dash, and then an R.
Banger?
Yeah,
What?
I don't know. I think he's like saying he's doing a bunch of.
I think
Banger
that word
episodes.
rhymes with danger.
Banger.
Oh wait, hold on.
Like the
Hold
place
on.
in Maine?
No,
Hold on. I
Banger?
forgot. I forgot. I was. I had to scroll down because he does reply to this, and it says replace the B with the D. So it's
Okay.
Danger.
And he
Banger.
is in danger. So, Barrett,
Yeah.
to fill you in,
Yeah.
Reeves is our third, usually the third host of the show. He's currently on a walkabout with Tom Colicchio, and it's not going well.
Yeah.
Tom wants to be naked and afraid,
Yeah.
and Reeves is basically just trying to make sure he doesn't step on a rattlesnake at all costs.
Which I almost stepped on a snake for real this week when I was taking
Really?
a walk. Yeah. It looked like a twig until my brain was like, yeah, that's not a twig.
Right.
And then it started moving, and I was like, ah.
What gave it away? The rattling?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it also had like other musical instruments.
Other percussion.
It had a
percussive
tambourine.
instrument. Yeah, yep.
It had a harmonica, and I was like, okay.
Glockenspiel.
Yeah. It had a cup that said tips. And I was like,
Oh,
sorry.
Oh.
it was busking.
It was
Yeah.
busking.
It was a busking snake.
Yeah.
busking rattlesnake.
Real plague.
Yeah.
Oh, of course, the Western busker. I don't know. I was trying to come up with a friggin'.
Western busker.
Get a job.
Yep.
That's what I said. I stepped over him and I said, "Get a job, rattlesnake." So I guess Reeves is a D.
I thought you'd get an incomplete.
Yeah. Well, funny you should say that because the next category is Brian's bits.
Okay.
What do you
fantastic?
What do you think you got for that one, Brian?
Absolutely fantastic.
Brian, be honest with yourself here.
Okay, like a B?
Incomplete.
Can I ask a question?
Yep,
Yes, please.
Go ahead.
Is this fun? Are you enjoying this?
Not at all. No. But if someone said they're gonna offer you $300,000 a year, and your job is naming snakes,
Mm-hmm.
okay, different types of snakes they find out they find new species,
Mm-hmm.
you have to name them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So but if you mess up once, you lose a hand.
Oh boy.
What happens if I mess up twice?
You lose the other hand.
Okay, so it only mess up. Okay. What's
So
considered
am
a
I
mess
just
up?
losing the hand, and are they like then cauterizing my wound and taking care of it, or is it like
Yeah.
okay?
And is this the type of would you rather you used to send to Sal Volcano? These sorts of questions?
I guess so. Yeah.
Okay.
Starting to see why you got no responses. Let's see here.
He did get them there.
I did get responses. Anyways,
Wait,
go
so
on.
what is a mess up? How would I mess up?
What's a mess up?
If you name it stupidly, or like if they don't like the name you came up with?
Oh,
And I make how much every year?
300,000.
And what's my how many names do I be putting out every day?
Depends on how many new snakes they find.
Oh, well they're not going to find many snakes. I'm taking that job.
They might find. I mean, you say that, and then they come to you with a freaking weird looking snake that you're gonna have to be like, fuck, and and you don't know when it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
you'll
right,
show
but I'll
up.
take my chances.
You still got to show up to work every day. There might not be a snake for you to. You might just be like puttering around your office, just kind of waiting. But one
Pretend
day
you're
they're gonna
busy,
come
yeah.
in.
with like one or two snakes, maybe.
Right. We
And
But
you
I'm
have
still
to
making
now-
$300,000 a year.
Is there a time limit for me to come up with the name, or do I have to do it immediately?
You get a week.
I get a week.
I'm doing this job for sure.
But I don't know. You might overthink it in a week, and you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
You got a hand to lose.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
could buy a hand with $300,000.
People with $300,000 that don't have a hand, like they can't replace it even with $300,000.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they're not gonna. You can get a prosthetic.
Yeah,
It's
even
not gonna
that.
it's not gonna be the same.
Yeah, it's not gonna be the same.
But I have lots of money, and I'm the guy who names snakes.
Money. I keep telling you this, Brian. Money doesn't bring you happiness. Money's a tool to an easier life. It
Yeah, but
doesn't bring you
imagine
happiness.
imagine being at a Christmas party or something, and you're missing a hand because you fucked up once. And you're like, hey, you're not gonna be like the toast of the party. Like, hey, you'll be like, he fucked up once. They took his hand.
You're like,
How's
You're
the
like-
snake naming business?
you're like in an airport, and you're wearing camo shorts like I usually do, and someone says, "Oh yeah, war, huh? Hell of a thing." And I say, "No, snake naming."
You know, I'm a zoologist. All right.
All right, let's finish this report card so that Barrett can have fun.
I'm having fun interrupting.
All right.
How many
next-
more subjects are there?
3.
Okay.
So the next category is Jamal,
Okay.
and there's no grade. It just says Diversity University.
Okay. All right.
I take that for what that is. The next one, this is interesting. It says bald guys.
Oh, hey,
wow, okay.
nice.
Yeah, and it just says Damar and Nick.
Yeah, they were the two.
Are they
bald guys
Nick?
the past season?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were two bald guys. And then it's last one. It says overall. Now
We got
we have to
this-
get a B,
Or else we don't go to the ski trip.
or you don't go on the trip. And it literally says in
And
all
I
caps.
listen. I have spent so much money on snow gear.
Mhm.
I got the big puppy coat. I
Uh-huh.
got the big puppy pants. I
Mhm.
got the snowboard. I got the boots that go in the snowboard.
The big puffy skis that won't work.
I got the puffiest skis in the whole world.
Mhm.
I asked them at the store, and they said, "What? These don't exist." And I
What do you
said,
mean?
"Make them."
Yeah.
I said, "Make them."
Glue 11 together.
Yeah, yeah. I got the hot cocoa ready to go, and
Yeah.
I've called every snow bunny
Got
that
the
I know.
Sonny
and they
Bono
are
special.
waiting for me. Yes, yes. I'm gonna go right into that tree. All right. So please, if I don't go to, and I can't return this stuff because I've already worn all of it.
Yeah.
You know, you bought so much stuff, and all I did was buy those Burton like snow overalls that like cover you up all the way up to like your chest. And I said,
Yeah.
I'll just throw a coat on top of this. I should be fine. So I'm only out like $45, but you are like out hundreds.
I'm in
of
the
dollars.
hole.
Yeah, you're in the hole. This was a house you owned. You're underwater.
I have to make money at the ski trip to come out on top of this. I don't know how I'm going to do it.
Yeah. Well, if you win the race, the big race at the ski lodge,
You could
There's
see
no
if they'd
way.
give you like a part-time job at like the pro shop. Or
oh
something,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
that's right up your alley.
Yeah.
All right.
Love part-time jobs. Okay.
So this is what he said in all caps: C
No.
Oh no.
U
Oh, please not N.
comma
Oh, okay.
Comma.
not
Oh.
Okay.
exclamation point.
CU comma not exclamation point.
Yeah.
CU not
Then he put a skiing emoji.
CU not ski.
I think it's CU comma not exclamation point, and then a skiing emoji. So I think he's saying we're not going to be going.
But why would he say CU?
I don't understand what Tom does.
Honestly, this makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
Well, this is what he said. He said CU comma not.
Yeah. Someone with hair would never have written something like that.
All right, I'm gonna go to ski trip anyway. I don't care. I'm going.
You can't go.
You can't crash
You didn't
someone's
get a
thing.
B. You
I'm
can't.
gonna crash. Well, you know what? I have to.
No.
Look.
You're gonna
If
get
I
kicked
don't do
off
this,
the
my
island.
wife will leave me.
Take your wife on the
She
trip.
doesn't know how much money I've put into this ski gear.
Oh,
She doesn't know.
You got to run all. Look, we're all married men. We know we got to run these purchases past the.
Dude, he goes into REI. He goes, "Give me the usual." You know?
They know me by name there.
Yeah. the wrong name, but
Yeah, the wrong name, obviously,
They
Call
know me
me.
by a name there.
for
Yeah.
your protection. All right, that was a great bit. That worked. Let's move on to chefs I
Cut that
prepared.
whole thing.
if you say so.
So let's move on to chefs I prepared for you.
I'm so happy you think that.
This is a segment we do every week where we talk about what we had for dinner last night and only last night, as if we present it as if we're presenting to the judges on Top Chef. I will go first, and there will
Okay.
be a winner. And Brian is looking at the food because I put a picture of it in our little document. Oh, he's not looking at the document. Chefs, I prepared for you pan-seared New York strip steak with a beurre blanc pan sauce and roasted asparagus and shiitake mushrooms.
You had this last night on just like a regular Thursday?
Uh-huh.
All
He
right.
sets up his game when he knows he's doing the podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, like tonight I'm having hot dogs.
Oh.
What? What is all over what's the like stuff on the steak? Is that
So
garlic?
that's the seasoning, and there's thyme that I put into the sauce as it was reducing.
Well, there's like little things, little chunkus of things.
Yeah, so
That's-
it's steak seasoning. So instead of seasoning the steak, I season the sauce with Montreal steak seasoning and let it reduce.
I had
It's not garlic.
Oh.
I smash a garlic clove and put it in there just so it infuses a flavor.
with a
But then
little
I take it out.
maybe put a little good and plenty vinaigrette.
Good and
Good and plenty.
yeah, get that nice anise flavor from the Good and Plenty. You know,
This is baked in a good and plenty sauce. Imagine seeing that with the label of the good and plenty.
The
Put this
circle.
on my food.
This is a special night. I'm bringing out the good and plenty.
melted down a bunch of Good and Plenties.
Some snow caps.
All right. So, any questions? Anything else? Any?
New York strip steak.
Mhm.
Is that a fatty piece of meat or what?
No, it's not a ribeye. There's not a lot of marbling. There's like a strip of fat on the side of it. I
Is that
wonder
why
if
it's
that's
called
what. I wonder. I think maybe.
And it's from New York.
Yeah, it's always from New York.
Nice.
All right. So that's what I had.
Okay.
Brian, you're up next.
Chef, last night I prepared for you our famous coconut chickpea curry, which we haven't had in a while. It's a delicious blend of chickpeas from a can, diced tomatoes from a can, coconut milk from a can.
Call it canned pea curry.
Yeah.
Good, yeah.
Good.
Chopped up a fresh red pepper to put in there.
Mm-hmm.
Some spices. It's a solid meal. Made some rice with it. It's good. It's one of the things we make all the time, and it's good and it's hearty and it's warm and it's filling and it tastes like love.
And then
Ginger.
it leads to love, from what
Just
we've
show
been
some
told.
well, yeah, that also makes the tea go crazy.
Does it?
Mm-hmm. Coconut chick tea curry.
Did you throw some eugenics in there?
Oh.
I put it in everything at this point. I just need to get a higher tea.
I'm not sure if that's healthy.
I'm 37 now.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because your birthday was recently.
Yeah. There wasn't a birthday episode for me on this. Why not?
Yeah, there was. We talked about what you did for your birthday. We talked
Yeah,
about
but no one was like, wished me happy birthday or anything.
Oh, my God. And now we're going to talk about this. We
All right,
wished
Barrett,
you a happy
what'd you-
birthday by talking about your birthday.
Sorry. My
Go
turn?
ahead, Barrett. Go ahead, Barrett.
I had sushi.
Okay, so you procured or you...
Procured.
Okay.
From where?
Silver Rice Sushi. in
Where is
Brooklyn.
that?
That's
Brooklyn.
in Lefferts Garden.
Okay, is this sushi from like a corner shop?
No,
From a
it's
sushi
a
restaurant?
restaurant. Yeah.
Okay. What kind of sushi did you get?
Oh, I had avocado cucumber roll,
Mhm.
crunchy shallot roll, and a spicy tuna roll.
Wow,
Very
okay.
delicious.
Okay.
With spicy mustard or extra spicy mayo.
Extra
Okay.
spicy. Are
Love
you a spice seeker? A heat seeker?
Nah.
No.
No, not like I don't like to challenge myself with unpleasantness. You know what I mean? Like,
Smart.
Yeah.
Okay.
Smart.
But you got the extra
Can
spicy.
you handle this? Because it's not really that. I don't know.
Okay.
It's but yeah. Can you handle the spice? No.
Okay. Who's
Why
this
would-
new guy on the recording?
I don't know. That's my guy. That's
Oh,
my
okay.
new character I'm working on.
Okay.
Dr. Spice.
Oh, I like it. So
Yeah.
close to Dr. Pepper.
It is.
I have a question. What's the craziest?
Are you asking me or Dr. Spice?
Either or.
Okay.
What's the craziest sushi order you've ever had? Like that was like, I'm experimenting tonight.
I had a. I don't think I've really I wish I had like a really fun answer, but I kind of get the same thing every time. I'm one of those people that I like if you look at my Grubhub account,
Mm-hmm.
it's pretty much the same thing every time
Mm-hmm.
for the different restaurants. Breakfast is usually the same. Lunch, whatever. Yeah. So it's never really different or interesting.
We'd get along.
Yeah, Jamal, tell him what you have for dinner most
Because I'll tell you
nights.
what I usually have for dinner, even though it's much different now. But what I was having dinner for 2 years of the pandemic, almost like clockwork, was pan-seared chicken, sauteed sweet potatoes, and like broccoli or spinach or some other green. But it was like every
Nice.
night.
Wow.
So I was
Doing
it
a lot of
works.
dishes.
It's a lot of the same dishes.
Yep. Not washing them. You know what?
Nah.
If you
Why?
if you cook the same thing on a dish 2 nights in a row, why bother?
Yeah.
Why bother?
Dude, they were so seasoned.
Yeah, it keeps the flavor.
Oh my God. These
Yeah.
meals were
What
so
about
seasoned.
those places that use the same oil for like 50 years, and it's like,
Yeah.
that's why you use the same
And
oil
or
for
the
50
same
years.
yeast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love a good yeast redo.
Or the same like pay structure,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Yeah.
They've
Yeah.
not
You still get a
you know.
hay penny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, the prices keep going up, but the pay doesn't. It's a good business model.
Yeah. It's great.
New York renting. All right. So let's vote on
I just
who.
got an email from HBO Max. It was
Okay.
like, your weekend watch guide is here. This is
Okay.
great for people who can't make decisions themselves.
Uh-huh.
Who doesn't know, like, who needs the email to be like, what television is on? Like, I don't know.
Reader's Digest.
What are they suggesting you watch?
Okay, they're telling me each night. Friday night, I am recommended to watch Doctor Who.
What about Barry?
Doctor Who.
That's later.
Okay.
Saturday morning, I'm recommended to watch Amsterdam.
What is that?
Just when longtime couple Nadia and Martin begin to consider separating, a stray dog finds his way into their home, and they attempt
Huh?
to care for him together.
That's called Amsterdam?
It's
That's
called
not a good
Amsterdam.
reason to stay together.
Yeah, never stay together for the dog.
Yeah. Never stay together for
Oh,
the
hold on,
kids
hold
either.
on, hold on. There's a little more.
Okay, someone dies.
They compete to see who gets to have sex with. Okay, anyways.
I'm supposed to watch that Saturday morning
I know. That's a little intense.
with my
yeah.
cereal in my lap, cross-legged in front of the TV.
Saturday night, I'm supposed to watch The Card Counter.
I've never heard of any of these things.
I know. Sunday
This is why
morning,
they're trying to get people to watch them.
Sunday morning, I'm supposed to have a little throwback and watch Bend It Like Beckham.
Okay,
Right.
I'll watch that.
That's
seen
a
that.
fun movie. Yeah,
I'll
that's-
watch that.
That's actually a pretty good
What
movie.
happened to her?
She bent
Amanda
it.
Bynes.
She's not in that.
She's not in that movie.
I thought that was that movie.
What are you
She's the
thinking
man.
of? Yeah, you think if She's the Man or All That? You think of the show All That?
guys, we're focusing on the wrong thing.
Or
What
The
happened
Amanda
to
Show?
Amanda Bynes?
Wait, last thing. Okay, Sunday night, supposed to watch Barry, but
Okay.
and then they're giving me a recommendation for diving into the summer.
Mhm.
Dive into the summer with this
Okay,
one.
I have a
Why don't
guess.
You want to guess?
I have a guess. Is it Gentleman Jack? Is one of them Gentleman Jack?
No, it's
Okay.
only one film they're
Okay.
recommending.
Oh, it's a
It's a
film. to dive
film.
into for the
Okay,
summer.
I thought they wanted you to dive into a series.
Can I read
Summer.
the description to help? Maybe that'll help
Please.
you.
Yeah,
Please.
please.
Don't smile or laugh. Okay.
Not a problem. This isn't funny at all.
Kick off summer with a smoking comedy classic.
And you already broke it because you're
Okay.
laughing.
I know.
I think I figured it out.
Wait,
And I can hear Jamal
wait,
smiling, so.
wait. A timid bank clerk, Jim Carrey, transforms into a manic superhero when he wears a mysterious mask.
Oh, okay. Is it Liar
Okay.
Liar?
Oh, no.
Pretty sure it is the Yes Man, right?
Yeah, is it Yes Man?
No, a little older than that. Earlier Jim
Oh,
Carrey.
okay. Earth Girls Are Easy.
Oh, I know what it is. You ready?
Yeah.
It's what's the Ace Ventura Pet Detective?
It
No,
is,
that's dumb. The answer is Fire Marshal Bill.
Are you? That was a character on in Living Color. Now, are you ready for the answer?
Please, because I'm tapped out.
The answer is the Green Man himself, the Mask.
The whole.
Oh,
The
that was going to be my last
It could have been
guess.
the Grinch, I guess, if you're doing Jim Carrey.
Yeah,
That's
that could have
right.
been. Oh man, I can't believe we missed that.
Yeah,
I'm going to kick off my summer with that for sure this weekend.
yeah. So it's great that they tell me everything that I could watch.
Mhm.
Here's your weekend. Here's your weekend. It's all planned out for you.
You know
What'd
what I
do
love?
Weekend? I did what HBO told me to do.
Yeah. You know what I love about this little segment that you made up on the spot? It's much better than the report card one. And we can just cut that one, Brian. Save us 20 minutes.
No,
and we can just do this one.
I'm gonna put bird noises underneath it.
Don't do that. Cut the report card one and we'll just use
Should be
this one.
putting cricket noises underneath it.
Yeah, that's always funny. I'm gonna put the Spider-Man theme song underneath it. That is always good for a laugh. And it could be any of these shows because really our show is a melting pot of other TV shows, and we'll be right back.
Oh, and speaking of,
Yeah.
Okay, so that's inappropriate what you did, but all right.
Pod Chef.
And we're back. Pod Chef, what episode is this of Pod Chef, Brian?
The number?
Yeah, the episode number.
We're in the late 80s, early 90s.
Okay.
We're getting close to 100.
Pod Chef episode 88, guess. We're now doing Top Chef season 5, episode 1. We're back going
back
through
to
the
old
catalog.
shit.
We're on Melting Pot, season 5, episode 1, right out of the gate. We're in the Big Apple, New York City, where
Yeah.
the guest host is currently located.
That's right. Barrett lives there, and I live just outside of there.
Yeah. So this is my wife's favorite season, and my wife is Carla Hall.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And she loves the season. I don't know why. The quick fire was an elimination challenge, which means Tom, as soon as we go to New York, he means business. That's typical. Every time we've seen Tom in New York, he's been all business.
Why do they go to Governor's Island to peel apples?
Is there an apple orchard on Governor's Island?
No, isn't there just like an abandoned mental institution on Governor's Island?
Oh, right. Oh, it's because it's the Big Apple, so you got to get the good scenery.
That's why we're doing apples.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to get the good scenery, and then an excuse to go on a boat. You know,
I guess. Yeah.
they're burning the budget back then. Now they're like trying to like hold back things and like do things in the same location, but back then, man, they were burning through that budget.
Pretty
It's a different
great.
time.
Yeah, it was a different time. Barrett, you said you've watched Top Chef before?
I have never watched it before.
Wow. Never watched Top Chef.
No. Yeah.
This is my I'm surprised the guest has never seen Top Chef guy.
Is that Johnny
Oh.
Carson? It sounds like
It's a
Johnny
bit.
Carson.
It's a bit Carson.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Potatoes, laundry,
Okay, he's doing
and
the
Skittles.
Is it Melnick? Is that who that was?
It sounds just like Johnny Carson. I mean, I
When he
don't
put
know.
the thing to his head, his like.
I know what you're talking about, but I forgot what I called it.
Yeah. You mean Karnak?
Karnak.
That's what I called it. Karnak.
I'll be Ed McMahon.
Okay, cool. Yes.
Thanks, Ed.
Wild stuff.
Wild stuff. Wild stuff. Have you seen this Chris Rock? So funny. You imagine if he's around now, he's like, "Did you guys see what happened to Chris Rock? Wild stuff."
Will Smith smacked Chris Rock on the TV on the TV show the other day.
Yeah, you saw it then, huh? Wow. That was wild stuff, huh?
Really big shoe.
That's Ed Sullivan.
Yeah. This episode's
all right.
going
So they have
crazy.
they have to peel they have to take the skin off of an apple, which is the most fibrous part. So basically making it so it's pointless. At this point,
Yeah.
it's just fruit.
Let me say it. Here's what they had to do for the quickfire. The chefs were welcomed to the Big Apple by host Padma and head judge Tom Colicchio with a signature ingredient, apples. The challenge was a skills tournament consisting of 3 rounds. The chef who finished first in the quickfire challenge would win immunity in the next challenge, while the chef who finished last would leave the show immediately. Get out of here! So round 1, the chefs had to peel 15 apples using paring knives only as quickly as possible. And the first 9 to finish were safe. And then round 2, the chefs brunoise apples, which is like finely
They
dice
chop
them.
'em
Finely
into
dice
squares.
them and fill up to 2 cups. The first 4 to finish were safe. And then the last one was you were given 20 minutes to just cook something that would convince Tom to keep you on the show. And 2 of these mother
2 big dummies.
2 mother suckers were told to cook, and they said, "I'll make a salad."
They said, "Nah, fuck that."
Oh. It was Patrick.
The 2
Yes.
contestants who know each other.
Yes.
Can we talk about that greeting that Lauren and Patrick had? That seemed more than friendship.
Patrick is.
Well, that's probably
a
it.
gay
Probably is
man,
all
I
friendship.
think.
Yeah, I think it's just friendship. But she
Yeah.
does say, she says, got in a lot of trouble when they were in school.
Yeah, got a lot of trouble
And
in
so
school.
I Googled them and I
Mhm.
Googled their school, CIA. And what they did to get in trouble is
Hold on, Barrett's making it look like they went to the CIA. Yeah, the Culinary Institute of America, Barrett.
Oh yeah, who was their rival? The FBI
food.
The Food Bureau,
of investigation.
the French
Not a
baking industrial complex.
French bakery institution.
Yeah, why not institute? Institution?
Institute. Yeah, that makes
It's not
better
a
sense.
It's not a mental hospital.
Okay.
Okay, sorry.
Well,
I
I'm just
looked up-
happy
I looked
that
up what they did, and what they did is that they had a panty raid.
Like Mr. Krabs?
No, it's actually wait. They did a pantry raid because it was food. And what they
you
did.
fucked up your own joke.
Nope, I made it better. I punched it up. You know,
Always
the
get
live
it wrong
punch-up.
first.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can't do
live
punch-ups outside of the writer's room. You know that. So.
We're not going in the writer's room
Yeah,
anymore.
well, we can't because every time we go there, something bad happens.
Yeah, that's true.
There's a Demogorgon in there.
So then they go, yeah, Stranger Things. The new one. Have you guys watch? Are you guys watching the new one?
I've watched the new one. I'm loving it.
I've not finished it yet, but there's this new guy.
I love.
There's
the
this
new
new
one.
guy in Hawkins, and he's covered in worms.
Mhm.
And he's basically doing what the Shame Wizard did from Big Mouth.
Mhm.
It's the same guy.
It's the same dude.
He's the same guy.
He's a shame wizard.
Yeah.
So they got to cook a food, and these 2 people decided they're going to make a salad. And Tom likes one salad more than the other salad, and so the girl goes home.
Yeah, Lauren's eliminated. Get out of here. So
She doesn't even get to see. She says, "I didn't even get to see the kitchen."
yeah, well, you should have cooked instead of making a salad.
Yeah, you
you know-
clearly don't even need to see the kitchen, so you don't cook.
Yeah, like if you're on a cooking show and he says cook something to prove you want to be on the show, you should cook something.
Not a bad idea.
The bare minimum. So then we get to elimination challenge really quick. And this is elimination challenge. Each of the new chefs drew a knife from the knife block. And the knife block made a cameo, episode 1. And each block was marked with one of the 8 New York City neighborhoods.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And we all know these neighborhoods. And the chefs were in pairs cooked dishes which represented the ethnic cuisines of these neighborhoods. And these are the neighborhoods.
Were any of them in Brooklyn, or were they all Queens and Manhattan?
I'm not sure. I've never lived in New York.
I think
I
they're
think they
all Queens
were
and Manhattan.
all.
Wait, Astoria, isn't that in Manhattan?
Queens.
No, they
Us-
did. No, there was one. Didn't they go to
Astoria.
Coney
Brighton-
Island or
No, they went to Long
They
Island.
went to Brighton Beach,
Brighton
which
Beach.
is Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Yes, you're
Yeah,
right. Okay.
Astoria, Brighton Beach,
Yeah. Queens, Brooklyn,
Long Island City,
Queens,
Ozone Park,
Man,
Jamaica, Queens,
Queens,
Little Italy,
Manhattan,
that's
Chinatown,
Manhattan.
Manhattan.
Little India, Curry Hill,
And
I think that's
Ozone Park
Queens?
is Queens, by the way.
Ozone
Okay.
Park.
Okay.
So I didn't know that Brighton Beach was supposed to be is that a Russian part of?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Oh, I've never been there.
Mm.
For good reason, folks.
You don't like Russian, Pete? What's the reason?
No, they don't like me.
Oh.
If you go to the south part of Brooklyn, like before Coney Island, there's like Dyker Heights, which is full of old retired cops who are rich, and then everything else is like Russians.
Okay.
That's so funny because in the south side of Chicago, in the baddest part of town, and if you go down there, you'd better just beware of a man named Leroy Brown.
So I have a question about him. Here's my question about Leroy Brown.
Yeah.
I think I've heard this before.
Right.
Is he if you had to rank him amongst the other bad men in town,
Right.
where would you rank him?
Baddest.
Okay,
Except when he learned a lesson about a messin' with the wife of a jealous man.
so what you're saying is downtown Leroy Brown was
Bad Leroy Brown.
bad Leroy Brown
Yeah.
was the baddest. Let's call him a cat. Like I'm trying to be.
Well,
funny.
he was meaner than a junkyard dog.
Okay, but he wasn't badder than King Kong, though.
He was better than old King Kong.
Okay.
Was
well,
he
then-
really?
Yeah.
Then why are we talking about gun violence in South Side of Chicago?
Should be talking about Leroy Brown.
We should be talking about Leroy Brown. And don't get me started on Leroy Jenkins.
That's old internet, right
We're the
there.
bad Leroy Jenkins. We're the baddest.
Don't add
bad.
commentary to my joke.
And if you go down there, you better just be aware of a man. That's a not many people do a Jim Croce because it isn't funny.
It's an untapped market. Get out
Yeah.
there.
Untapped
get out
market.
there.
What if Jim Croce?
Hold on, folks. Let me turn around.
So it's Jim Croce in
He's
the
at
store.
Disney World.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's in the Krusty Burger in Universal Studios Simpsons Land, and he's ordering a Krusty Burger.
I need a crusty burger for my head.
All right. So Jim Croce goes and watches the Black Panther movie. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, here we go. I heard that guy died. Yeah.
So
Chadwick Boseman. Yeah, and he's
So Jim-
Chad.
Jim Croce's at the January 6th.
I think we should go in there.
All right. So Stefan wins via quick fire.
Stefan's
Yeah.
one of the bald guys that people say there are too many on TV.
Uh-huh.
This-
I would.
there's-
We would never say that.
would
Yeah, we
never
wouldn't say that. But Stefan isn't black. He's a white bald guy.
Right.
So did anyone? So they split into teams and they do their shopping montage.
Well, first they go to their home, right?
Wait, can I say one thing? I'm really sorry. I keep
Please,
interrupting,
please,
but
no, please.
Lauren was the one who went home.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
always think about like years later, just what does she wake up every morning thinking about it? Or you know what I mean? Like because that's probably like the biggest moment of her life. You know what I mean?
She did say in the opener, she's like, my husband's off in
Yeah,
the
that's
Iraq
right.
war, so I'm not just going to sit
really?
around and do nothing. And then the show was like, well, you're going to have to go find something else to do because it ain't this.
You better join them. Yeah.
Good thing for her that war lasted a long time, so she probably could.
I know. Yeah.
when they show, just to really paint a picture of when this episode take place, is that they show that this season on Top Chef, someone goes, I think I found where the weapons of mass destruction are. They're in this food.
Yeah.
They're in this risotto.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Wild.
Oh, we could make those jokes. Speaking of that, there was something that happened later that's a new segment I'm calling You Can't Say That Anymore clip of the week from Tom.
Ooh, please, this is going to be fun.
There's so many segments.
This is a new one.
Good.
Do you want me to just do it
It'll
now?
never happen again. Yes, please.
All right, I'll play this. This clip is called the You Can't Say That Anymore clip of the week.
So god-awful you can point to and say this person has no business being here.
That said, I think there were definitely a few dishes that really stood above the rest.
Overall, the most disappointing sort of neighborhood was Chinatown.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good out of
You
context.
can't say that anymore. So, yeah.
That is something like that nowadays. People are so much more guarded to even say that on TV. You'd immediately be like, "Can we please go back and do that again? I did not mean to say that."
I'm so sorry.
I'm
for
so
it.
Just
sorry.
so you know, Tom doesn't. In an episode this season, Tom said to a black contestant, he said, thank your ancestors for me.
Yeah.
For the food that he made. Because
Yeah.
they were making food like
From
based
Africa.
on like from their like who they were. And he said, thank your ancestors for me.
Eesh.
Yeah. Which I did.
Yeah, well, you know.
We do want to point out that Tom has a very nice soul patch this season.
Oh my God.
It
Tom's
is
looking great.
It's oh my goodness. Right here.
He's really going for. He's like, you can tell he's getting that fresh. He just restructured his contract. He's like, season 5, we're about to be in syndication. I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
Is-
I want a soul patch in my rider.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is the soul patch the flavor saver?
I
Oh.
think so. I thought it was.
I
I
don't
apparently have
like
been
people
wrong.
saying that.
He's a professional taster though. This is for his job.
Yeah, it's for his job.
He says, I don't remember what the taste like. Hold on a second. And he licks his bottom lip and he goes, oh yeah, that was pretty good. Pause for a sneeze.
Well, you didn't have to call it out. This is why your third mic.
So this shows them getting drunk at home. This is like more, this doesn't happen so much in the show anymore where they have more interactions back at their hotel.
Mm-hmm. Well, we don't get that now, really.
No.
Because of COVID. Thanks, COVID. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, Obama.
Thanks, COVID. I got it.
So let's just fast forward to them being cooking now, right? Like, I don't know if you saw Stefan helped Patrick not overcook his fish. And then we had Jeff with our first DNF of the season because he forgot he didn't plate his food fully. Now, here's an interesting fact. Fabio and Jeff team up in this episode, right? The first episode of the season, but they also are both eliminated at the same time later on in the season.
Okay. Well,
So-
spoiler.
They get to know each other and then they get to leave together.
Fabio's a fun character.
Oh, he's
Jeff's
so
a fun
fun.
character. Jeff says that he makes the servers check his hair when he goes out to bring people food. And I'd be more worried about the hair in the food, not
Yes.
how my hair looking. Like,
Yes,
hey,
you're right.
make sure my hair's not in the food.
Yeah, or my sweat drops.
Well, that's going to be in there no matter
Yeah.
what. Fabio, very funny, very thick accent, very handsome Italian
Yeah.
man. Love an Italian man.
If I did Fabio's accent, I'd be called a racist. But I could nail it.
Then I'll do it.
Do it.
Stefan also has a big accent. Stefan looks and sounds like a person from Better Call Saul.
Uh-huh.
Yes, he does.
Or from Barry.
He seems like someone who, that like Mike would. I'm referring to that one episode or the one like storyline they have to like build the thing, and everyone's these like German people.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
We've all seen it.
And if you haven't, watch it.
Yeah.
Mhm. Put that on your weekend watch
Maybe
list.
you're like me and you're like,
Oh, yeah.
I don't need any more Breaking Bad world. You do.
You
It's
do.
better.
'Cause
It
this
might be
is-
better than Breaking Bad.
Yeah, this is tangential, all right?
Yeah.
And they couldn't afford very many cameos from Bryan Cranston, so
No.
They don't need them because they got Guillermo.
Odenkirk. So they cook and serve the dishes at the same time, and they have to serve the judges in like a chef's table in the back of the kitchen. So that makes me wonder: was this restaurant like, yeah, you can come here, but I don't want you using the open seating because I don't want to lose any money. I want customers. I want paying customers out there.
I like this where they have them people compete head to head, and they pick the best meal, and the losers are losers, the winners are winners. I like that.
I also liked it because this is where we get our another segment called Tom's Feedback Clip of the Week. So let's listen to this.
Let's hear.
Daniel, let's start talking about your dish.
It's a little bit wet.
Yeah.
I've seen the salad before. Wolfgang Puck's been making it for 20 some odd years.
I wasn't a
God
Burned
damn,
his ass.
That's mean.
Fucking burned his
So
ass.
if he's been making it for so long, it must be good.
Yeah. Yeah. Wolfgang Puck, notoriously.
Yeah.
If he makes the same thing for 20 years, it's hitting.
But also, like, change it up, Wolfgang Puck.
I've been to a Wolfgang Puck restaurant in an airport.
Yeah.
Which one?
Which airport?
Sure.
It was in Cancun.
Wow.
Okay.
I like when Don Rickles used to say, "Get out of here, you Wolfgang Puck."
Yeah. Now we've connected it because Don Rickles famously did the roast of Ronald Reagan.
Yes, he did.
So it's all come full circle, everyone.
Right. His own Dean Martin roasts,
Mhm.
of course.
Yeah. Thanks for inviting me. What time is it? Jesus Christ.
That's a great. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So let's just say, Stefan wins the first elimination challenge, which is a good sign for him because the winner usually goes far in these competitions.
That's right. Tom says the winner. They're in their 5th season, and he's like, just so you know, all but one who've won the first one have gone to the finals. That's 4 out of 5. That's not that. I mean, that's okay, but like that's not noteworthy. I feel like.
Yeah. Let's go to Patrick being eliminated.
Patrick, please pack your knives and go.
It's been an honor to get here, and can't wait to try and change the
Well,
world.
Patrick, you have a lot of years in front of you, so
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll see you again.
And good luck.
Thank you.
Ariane, you
Screen
gotta
goes
bring
black, and it says
I'm
Patrick
bringing it
died
on.
on the way
Okay.
back.
Thank you all.
Goodbye,
Give Lolly's in
Chefs.
front of you. Patrick didn't survive the flight home.
Stefan, you're gonna have to make your own coffee tomorrow.
What's the deal with him saying you're not supposed to make their own coffee? Did that person make Patrick make their coffee?
this isn't the end of my career. My
Seems like a hate
hasn't even
crime.
begun yet.
Brothers, good.
You're good, man.
But it's not a hate crime if it's two white people. He does give a goodbye hug to a guy the same way I gave Brian a goodbye hug.
Yeah, he jumps up into his arm. Yeah.
That's how me and Brian say goodbye. If I haven't seen him in a long time.
That's how friends gotta do it that way.
One
Yeah,
day,
friends gotta do it.
somewhere down the road, I will be a top chef.
Okay, so the 21-year-old who's in culinary school is going home, and that means the two friends who came to the show left in the same episode.
Wow.
That's powerful message sent to these chef testants of like, this season's no joke. We sent home 2 people in one episode.
Imagine you are committed to going to the CIA, and then you watch this, and you're like, "Oh, that sucks," and you want to transfer to, I don't know, like Arkansas or something like that.
Yeah, I'm just happy that we're not like getting contestants from the NSA,
Yeah.
And that-
National Seasoning Academy,
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
which I think we actually should get some contestants. But those contestants, they specialize in seasoning. Like they can take anything and make it taste like something else, and it's amazing what they do. So they're considered black glove chefs.
Black glove chefs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Barrett, after watching this one episode of Top Chef, are you interested in watching more Top Chef?
I think so. I think
All
I'd
right.
be more into watching. I don't know that I'll continue with season 5
Mm-hmm.
just because it already happened. But I would. It was a nice. It was fun to be introduced to it. I think I might watch the when it comes back live.
Okay.
Well, you know what?
You're
That's
hired.
the whole purpose of this. Oh shit! You got
You're
the job.
hired. You're
Oh
hired.
wow. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, you're hired. You're the co-host.
Oh, great.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we found it, and I'm
Fantastic.
fine being outnumbered. It's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm happy.
Look,
I think-
someone's got to be outnumbered.
Yep.
Yep.
that's the way the world works. Someone's gonna get shafted here or there.
Right.
You know, no one can have perfect existence.
This is the Where Are They Now? I tried Googling both of the people who were eliminated this episode. They don't exist.
All right, we'll have them on the show.
They're just wiped from the internet.
Yeah.
Really? You couldn't find anything on them?
I couldn't find them. Nothing
Well-
of note.
Well, the CIA doesn't want them talking.
It's all been redacted.
Yeah. So, you know, the FBI is behind Stefan. So,
I wonder where he is. Patrick?
Yeah. Couldn't find anything.
he was 21 when this season aired.
And when was that? 2000.
It's got to
How
be.
many
It's
years?
got to be in his 70s now.
14 years.
2008.
Oh, okay.
He's got to be in his 70s.
2008 ended in March 2009.
Barrett, do you have anything you want to plug? Get our listeners to check out.
Oh,
for you?
just follow me at Barrett Leddy across all platforms, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Sevens is streaming right now on Hulu. Give that a watch. I'm one of the main characters on that, and then of course Bill Oakley's Space 1969, starring Natasha Lyonne, comes out June 30th on Audible.
Bill
Only
Oakley.
from Audible.
Bill
That's right.
Oakley, everybody.
Bill Oakley.
Maybe I'll pay for the Audible.
I think
to
you
listen
get
to
one
this.
free book with your with a new
You get
membership.
1 credit a month.
That sounds like the one that I want to do.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's very, very funny, very strange and irreverent, and I think people would like it.
I think I will.
All right, Barrett, thank you for coming on, and you're now the co-host of the show.
Wow.
Brian's still third mic,
Yeah,
and
I'll
so
never
we've
move up.
solved that riddle. And until next time, I think we're gonna, and this is not a plug for that podcast, but we are gonna pack our knives
Okay.
and
great.
go.
This was fun. This is great, guys. You guys got something here. This is fun.
That's Ed Sullivan.